Now, our next guest on this podcast is a lady called Julia. She's an award-winning professional opera singer. I want to hear that voice. It's going to be amazing. A vocalist who has been committed to her craft for 23 years. That's mastery, isn't it? 23 years. And today she confidently shares her teachings and insights to those that feel unheard, defeated, or feel like they've lost their voice. And her mission in life is to assist people in healing, recovering their voices so they can lead a better life. And she helps unlock your full potential in every aspect of your life, which sounds amazing. And she says it's tailored to your schedule, your lifestyle and budget. So there's no excuse not to speak to this lady. So Julia, welcome to the podcast. Looking amazing there, with all those feathers behind you and your guitar. And I believe at some point today you might be playing that for us. How are
Yes.
you?
Hi. Thank you so much for making me part of this wonderful podcast. I'm so thrilled, excited, and honored to be a part of it. So thank you. Yes, I prepared a guitar and also a big drum over here, just so we have a variety, and even chicapa, just
Hey.
in case if we're really gonna dive on the musical side. I'm all prepared here. Thank you for.
I've seen a video of you with that drum. It's huge, isn't it? And I saw you singing to the side of it
Yes,
on
it's
YouTube.
my favorite drum. I can actually demonstrate it here. Well,
Wow, it's
really,
huge.
I think it's 30 inches or more.
Oh
It's
wow.
it doesn't even fit my camera, so it's
No.
quite a drum. And when you sing, if you can hear the sound effect or even speak, this is.
Yeah, reverberates, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Wow.
Cielo, cielo, ayahuasca. Flor se tan oloroso, cielo, cielo, ayahuasca. Flor se tan oloroso, altainito troncoecito, shungo shungo yariri. Altainito troncoecito, shungo shungo ya diri.
Wow.
That's how you know how it sounds.
That's I was off like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to this. That was beautiful. Wow. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. That was
Thank you for
delicious.
receiving this. Medicine song definitely get us right away. They get us on the
Mm,
journey right away, whether we use plant medicine or not. But
yeah.
medicine songs are so charged. You know, it's the same feeling probably like you when you're entering the church, right?
Mhm.
There's so many prayers of the people, so
Yeah.
many energies are in there, so many hopes, and
Mm,
yeah, so otherwise it's just a little house, a little structure. Why would you feel so energized and released over there? It's because
yeah.
of the charge. So say medicine songs. So many prayers happen in that.
So beautiful. And I was on a call the other day with my shamanic teacher, and he was talking about we do sing songs and when we talk through rituals, we're bringing in the ancestors and we're bringing all those people that have used that spell or used that song. He said, imagine them surrounding you as you're singing or as you're doing your rituals. He said, just imagine that energy, that power, because you've all done the same thing over and over and over. So he said, you're bringing that charge in. And that's what you're doing with that beautiful song. Where does that song come from?
This is a Peruvian tradition song. It's
Mm,
usually by the text of it, you can say that it was devoted to Madre Medicine ayahuasca.
yeah.
And it's a particular type of ayahuasca cielo, which I consider the strongest one I ever tried. It only grows in jungles of Peru, and the language is Quechua, which
Yeah,
really what you talked about that this topic that many people carry. So basically, song is so old, even
yeah,
just by the language. Quechua is such an old story dialect of Peru.
yeah,
Nobody really speaks it now. It's just such old. Can you imagine how many people and how long ago they were
yeah.
using this song to pray? Ooh.
Beautiful, isn't it? So,
Mm.
so people are probably thinking, where is this lady now? You've got this beautiful accent. Where in the world are you? So people will understand.
So right now I'm in sunny California, Los Angeles, until the end of this month. But I'm originally from Siberia, Russia. Very cold place. And yeah, beautiful at the same time with lots of woods.
Mm, completely different. So when did you first leave Russia to come to the US of A?
I think I was about 28 years old
Yeah,
when I moved over here, kind of came and
yeah,
started um, growing in my opera career as an opera singer
yeah.
and so on.
Mm,
Yeah.
beautiful. And do you still sing in opera?
I actually do. Yesterday I was driving. It was a long 2 hours drive, so I was singing in the car to entertain myself. But yes, I do. I mean, not as I would do it before,
Mm,
literally like every month, every second month, I would have an opera contract with Opera House. Now it's not in that place, as my main business is retreats and supporting people on their healing journeys. And that's what I do on monthly base. But from time to time, I am invited to be a guest singer at some concerts. So because
yep,
concerts does not require so much preparation and weeks of rehearsals, like
yeah.
production, opera production with costumes and staging. So
Mm,
I accept some concerts still, and we perform here in California, Nevada. Sometimes I fly to Colorado. So
mm.
yeah, a little
A
bit
little
of it.
bit. That's
I
fine.
love it.
I've never actually been to an opera, but obviously I've heard the operas on television mainly, and they're just amazing. But the language, it's Italian, isn't it?
It's actually at least 7 languages. I would
Seven
remember,
language. Oh
I
wow.
would, this is like a magic number. I play 7 instruments. I sing 7 languages. I mean, now I sing even more because ancient languages came into my repertoire. Uh, in my operatic repertoire, I would say I mostly work with Italian language because Verismo music like Puccini, that was on the table. Romantic music was my
Yeah.
main goal. I have a,
Uh,
we call it in opera world, full lyric soprano. So my repertoire kind of considered to sing a lot of Italian music and also Russian music. We
oh
have
wow.
beautiful Russian classical composers who wrote also romantic music,
Mm.
which requires my type of voice. So yeah, and German, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I sung quite a good number of German opera pieces. Yes.
So you've got quite a repertoire, quite a few languages there as well. I mean, do you have to actually understand the language to be able to sing the song?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So you get
That's a
the feeling, I
requirement.
suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, you should see my what would be the word for this? The book for the opera when I learn
Yeah.
it. Every word is translated, every word. And it's actually a lot harder for the opera singers because the language there is actually very old one. It's like
Uh,
when I speak a little bit Italian and German, and when I say to like try to speak to Italians like "oh scellerato," they're like, "What? Where did you learn this word?" I'm like, isn't it like the translation of this would be like, hey, a villain or something
yeah.
like that? And like, nobody say it like that. It's like, I mean, we understand it, but it's ridiculous. I'm like, oh, okay. I think that was in 18th century. The
Yeah.
word from there.
Old
So
language. But
I know that.
it's
And
beautiful
yeah.
to keep it alive, though, isn't it? That old language.
Oh my
Otherwise,
God,
it dies,
yes,
doesn't it?
absolutely. Especially
Mm,
such masterpieces, musical
mm,
masterpieces. We bring these languages, we bring the energy of that time.
mm.
And surprisingly, I've noticed now even more that every story, every book I read, it's pretty much life was has always been the same. You know, just the scenarios were the same. The only actors were different, the times were different, and circumstances were different, but stories are the same.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and stories just keep us alive, don't we? We all love stories, and that's one
Yeah.
of the things. I move on to your story. You,
Oh, yeah.
I was reading on your bio that once you weighed something like nearly 200 pounds, and I mean you're amazingly thin and fit now. There must have been quite a journey.
Oh my God.
What was
Yeah.
that journey?
It's a journey of my life. Yes, It's a big topic, and I'm really so proud of myself, of what I've done. So I have a tendency to gain weight.
Mhm.
It's just like I was the biggest child, even in the kindergarten already. So unfortunately, yes, my diet when I was a child wasn't great at all,
Mm.
and I wasn't supervised properly. And then I've lost some weight, like really a lot of weight, when I was doing sport gymnastics,
Ah, yeah.
like my 11 years journey. So I become really fit, and my trainer, which is like I believe my first ever mentor, he really contributes so much in my not only physical growth but my spiritual growth. He made me believe that I can. So I was literally a little ball of fat, like that's the reality. And all the girls who were selected for this kind of training in gymnastics, they were really fit and thin, and I felt like really excluded. I felt different. I felt like left behind a little bit, at least in my head. And my trainer really elevated my spirit all the time. Like, you can do that. You can run. And I was barely moving, actually. This is
Mm.
was really I was really not made for gymnastics. And I become one of the top gymnasts in our group at that time just because of the work.
Yeah.
And then at age 16, when I quit gymnastics, it was just time to quit it, and a few broken bones in gymnastics. Professional
Ah,
gymnastics is not a safe sport.
right.
I gained my weight back, like
Mm.
all of it. I was 200 pounds. I was
Wow.
stressed out, and I also couldn't really manage my diet very, very well, as I was first year in music college. I just moved from Siberia to Moscow, so I really didn't have those tools and finances, resources to really take care of myself. And of
Mm.
course, I didn't have any knowledge
Yeah.
like how to take care of myself. So before, my physical movements were burning all those calories and stuff, but now when I stopped and didn't have any tools how to take care of my body, I gained this 200 pounds. I would say the hardest was on
Mm.
emotional level, because I was struggling. I was crying at night. I didn't like what I see in the mirror. I didn't recognize myself. And yeah, so it was a journey, quite a journey. I started learning tools. Of course, I made all the possible mistakes. I started doing like fasting because I wanted it fast, right? Like our mentality of human. I wanted fast, like lose 100 pounds in 15 days or money back guarantee. That's me. That was my mentality. So I was trying all the extreme methods, also medications, obviously, so all kind of tricks, and I realized it didn't work on the long term, or
Yeah.
didn't work out at all. This is the reality. And little by little, I've learned how to manage my diet, again with all the mistakes and excluding certain things, doing this keto diet, big mistake, doing this high protein, low carb, low fat, big mistake, ruined my kidney, really. So
Mm.
I've learned but through yeah. And now finally, already, like I would say last 7 something years, I'm not only in a good shape, stable shape, but I also I've healed my body, literally healed my body. I'm not sacrificing my health in
Mm.
case to achieve certain physical shape like I was doing before, like cutting my carbs and stuff, not eating fruits, certain things, eating chicken breast with spinach without any oil and salt. That was literally my, and yeah, I looked
Mm.
fabulous, but my kidney didn't feel fabulous at all. So now I know how to manage it and still stay lean, and very, very much it's just about knowing what to do, I would say, being educated and prioritizing health of my body instead of shape of my body.
Yeah.
And shape is secondary. Healthy body is supposed to look nice. It's just meant to be. But health,
Yeah.
and no longer sacrificing it, and or try experimenting, especially with pills and medications,
Mm.
side effects. Yeah, it's a journey.
Not good. So do you have like a workout routine that keeps your body supple? Are you sort of one of these people that's into yoga and dance and things like that?
I would say I love them all. And
Yeah.
one day I feel like going for a good run. One
Mm.
day I open to like activate my growth hormone and do like HIIT, like high intensity interval program.
Yeah.
Some days I just want to do stretching and yoga at home.
Mm.
I'm quite advanced, I would say, advanced in yoga, yes. Um, and someday I just go for a walk. If
Mm.
I'm on my period, for example, I still prefer to move my body,
Mm.
receive my vitamin D3, and I would just go for a walk, and I would consider it as a workout that day.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of mixes, and
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not fixed. It's good to have a routine that's flexible, but as long as you're doing something. Yeah, that's
and
gorgeous.
mindset. And
Yeah, that's one of
mindset.
the big
I,
ones.
I have to admit that I use hypnotherapy, self-hypnosis,
Oh,
to
wow.
motivate myself and stay in shape.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful technique, let's say like a workshop called Mental Bank. In my college of hypnotherapy, I graduated HMI college. The founder created this method. I don't know why it's still not so well known, but basically you reward yourself with the fantasy money for the real positive action. And I'm doing it for about year and a half. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. I never have to push myself to go work out or do anything or juicing or cleansing, even colonics, because our subconscious mind, my subconscious mind, every day receives some treat in the form of this fantasy money, right? Kind of the reward, form of reward for the positive action, and feels rewarded and want to do it again and again. So I kind of
Mm.
trained,
A
yeah.
clever idea, isn't it? So basically, if I went and did some yoga, I could put some $500 in my bank, and if I went for a walk for half an hour, I can put $50 in my bank and keep
Yes,
moving.
yes, something like
Ah,
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's a clever
And
idea, isn't it? Then that motivates you because we're all, yeah,
yeah,
unfortunately, we're all motivated by a level of money, aren't we? So it's a good way of doing it.
exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. And again, like some people ask me, why is it money? It's just universal symbol of reward.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
the kid, that would be milk, you know. But for us, for people, we don't want to like how you want to like reward yourself. A little gadgets or something, I don't know. Think it's just not the money works, and there are numbers there, so you calculate it at the end of the day. So it sounds so real for our subconscious
Yeah.
mind. We keep it so busy, so it really believes, right? It's hypnotized by
Yeah,
the
it's a
process.
clever idea. And then you say to yourself, when I get to 1,000 or 10,000, I'm going to do something special for myself. Yeah,
Uh-huh, yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. That's a good idea. Cool. And
Yeah.
that's on your website. So yeah, obviously the links to the website will be there, and people can
Yes,
find
I'm
that.
happy to share. It's number one technique, I always say. If we work on weight loss with the client, it's
Mm,
a number one technique where
mm,
just I know the success will be guaranteed just because
beautiful.
of that.
Well, we'll use that one. I'm going to use it myself next time. I think yeah,
Yeah,
500 for doing yoga.
for sure, for sure.
Cool. When I was looking at your website, it's a beautiful website, and one of the things you say that there were many years where you couldn't express your truth out loud. And you
Hmm.
talk about that there was this whole complete throat reactivation, and you mentioned quite a few different things like hypnosis, meditation, breath work, plant medicine, and can you explain to us what you mean by that? How you basically cleared your throat chakra? Did that help
It's
you
a
with your
really
singing?
beautiful. It's a really beautiful question. Thank you for that. Not always ask that, and it's really helps me right now to really express and finalize, structure what I've been through. I've
Mm.
mentioned so many techniques over there that I've been doing, and plant medicine, I guess ayahuasca that really changed my life, and yoga and breathwork, and this is all truth. It's not
Yeah,
like a one element really. Maybe one was contributing a little bit more into my growth than another one, but altogether exactly,
yeah,
uh, worked and created this environment for me to heal. I would just say it shortly like this: as a professional singer, right? I thought and I was considered to know so much about how to express my voice. And on a stage, especially as an opera singer, we sing without microphones, right? We sing with acoustically, which you have to have very powerful voice, like full control on your breath and your vocal cords and your larynx, because you have to kind of sound loud and beautiful in a room of 2,000 or 4,000 people. It's
mm,
it's a skill really
yeah,
to be able to control your voice on that level. So, and I think even by choosing becoming opera singer, I already kind of have a strategy how to activate there was a need. So a little bit about my childhood that I really had an unhealthy situation. And because of that, I've been raped many times, and by the lovers of my mother. So it was quite a situation. And I was holding it. I didn't share it with my mother in the first place because the child doesn't really understand what happened and how to explain. When I was older, I was still holding it because I don't know, I was kind of ashamed or something. And then I realized that I ruined my relationships with mother, which actually exactly what happened. And that's why I was holding it. So on one side, I was singing opera. And on the other side, as a person, I couldn't even say basic things like, hey, I've been raped.
Mm.
I couldn't say that. And I was holding this, still emotional. I was holding this for so long. And only at age 35, I finally decided to talk to my mother. And the fear was holding me back after I talked to her. And unfortunately, she didn't take it the way. She said that she was a great mother. And I have a imagination or illusions because I drink too much ayahuasca. So definitely narcissistic situation was there involved, and but I'm still so deeply proud of myself that I was able to express it. And since that, when I basically lost relationships with my mother, but I was able to express my truth, the activation started happening. I started finally. So what I mean, total activation, and that's what I also teach at my classes and my mentorships and courses. It's not only learning how to sound well, but sound truth.
Mm.
That's what it is. We speak our truth. And I believe person like myself, for sure, if I hold something back, something holds me back, I'm not able to sound true
Yeah.
because I'm just not expressed. I don't allow myself to be heard on this level. If I cannot speak out my truth, I cannot really consider that I have a activated throat center. Singing helps activate it because there is the need. I noticed that actually people who wants to become famous singer, especially famous singer, what does this come from? This need. I had that. I wanted to be a superstar, and that's why I did this whole TV career and was traveling America's Got Talent. And yeah, and why would I need that? Why?
Yeah.
What part of me needs that? Because I wanted to express something. I wanted approval from others, and like I didn't receive from the parents and stuff. The childhood trauma clearly represented in pretty much every case. So complete activation happened when I really realized who I am, where are my boundaries, and the people that around me is like required to respect my boundaries. That is a requirement now, and I speak my truth.
Mm.
I speak my truth. I never hold it anymore for like 35 years. I speak my truth, even if my truth will cost me relationships with this person. This is so yeah, that's I hope I answer it really.
That's that's beautiful. It's powerful, and there are so many people that are holding their truth. That it's locked in their hearts, and so many people hold trauma in their body somewhere, and that comes out as a pain or a disease, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh my God, it's exactly what it is. Yeah. And we hold it in our liver and kidney for
Yeah.
sure. It's once.
Yeah.
Yeah. The anger and unexpressed feelings.
Mm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you for
You,
this question.
that's a beautiful answer. And one of the things you also talk about is that you hold so many retreats. I think you said you've held more than 100, which is absolutely amazing. Are there some retreats coming up now that you want to share? And is there one that's like special to you that you'd love people to come on and join you?
Oh, yes, I host retreats every month, and springtime and summertime, even 2 or 3 times a month. So it's a lot of, and I'm talking only about group retreats right now that are official on my websites. But I also hold private retreats from just one-on-one, or people requested for their groups that they select. So I think I'm getting closer to 200 retreats right now that I've hosted.
Wow.
About special, what's the next one will be on March 15th through 17th. It's already sold out. I don't have a spots over there. And next one that's available will be April 5th through 7th. And then it's actually a lot of dates. Yeah, you can check it on my website. There's a special one. I mean, they are so special, all special to me. And sometimes I even change the name of the retreat, and the retreat suddenly start having a little bit different vibe.
Yeah.
And of course, I constantly upgrade the program of the retreat. It's never the same. People who came to the same retreat, one of it's like finding inner peace retreat, when we practice yoga, meditation, hiking, rituals. It's a literally wellness retreat. Like, we also jump into ice bath. We use hypnotherapy. I teach self-hypnosis, so people come home equipped. We do nail board standing. So it's all kind of challenges and relaxation in the same weekend. And I always upgrade it by bringing new teachers. So sometimes we do very advanced ecstatic dance, some somatic healing. So I always upgrade it. And now some tantric practices, as I started teaching Tantra. So a little bit here and there to give people a little taste where else they can go and try to learn about themselves. So, I mean, they're all so special to me. And focusing now on this wellness retreats, finding inner peace, and tantric retreats, which attracts so many couples. And I'm really working so hard to get myself to that place when I will be in beautiful relationships as well. So, and of course, for the story I shared earlier about rapes, it's so
Yeah.
helpful for me to really heal my sexual energy, to be at peace with
Mhm.
that. So to not to have fear anymore
Yeah.
towards men and in general trusting people. So Tantra for me is a pretty special, pretty special.
So I think lots of people have heard of Tantra, and they have an idea in their head. Do you want to expand slightly for us what Tantra is?
Yes, so I've learned from a few teachers, and some of them are, like traditional yogic tradition. So it's a tantra yoga we involve, and I learned a little bit from Tao. So it's more about energy movement. So sometimes even when I teach my students in the beginning, they feel like, "Oh my God, what is it? Is it really tantra? Are you sure it's tantra?" So it's mostly about knowing where your organs are, how they work, how energy moves through your body. So basically, it's looks like a health, uh, course or something like that. And but only through that, actually, when you know exactly when your kidney is, how it feels when you squeeze, how your body, how your hormonal level changes when you change your breath, for example, such a simple thing, right? Just simple adjustment, very tiny one. And just by knowing this, people can start feeling more in their body. They pay attention, and their consciousness is on a different level. And there is also a big part of Tantra is slowing down. So it's also very therapeutic, just slow down our life, our thoughts, our breath, and become one with the partner through the breath work. So we're kind of mimicking their breath, and by that already connection happens. So it's very deep. And like Osho said, Tantra is not about sex, guys. Tantra is about super consciousness, super awareness of your body, of your thoughts, of who you are, right? It's not about sex. Sex is just where we meet. Sex is just something we, let's say, like we don't really have beautiful sex experiences or become numb on for some reason. Uh, and this bothers me. That's why I want to learn about this, and I want to go to tantric course or tantric retreat. But the truth is that something on the level of consciousness or subconscious is
Mhm.
not okay, right? So awareness is not there. Probably during lovemaking, person is not really in their body, like 100% not in their body, and in their head without even knowing this, until they start practicing certain exercises like, oh, now I see that I'm challenged by placing my attention in my body, in my feelings, and now I know that I'm basically separating. That's why pleasure or orgasm or relaxation is not even possible for me.
Mm.
So this kind of work.
Beautiful. It's gorgeous. Thank you for that. And your guitar is behind you. Did you want to share a song with
Yeah.
us?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
So happy to do that. Yes. Okay. I'm making more room. Are we feeling for another medicine song or maybe just English song? I mean, hey, for all kind. I'm accepting requests.
Yeah, let's go for an English song. Let's see what comes
Okay.
through. That'd be beautiful, yes.
This is something that everyone can learn right away. And I really like to play it in my ceremonies and retreats. So it's like a request and response. So welcome to join if you listen to it. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender. It's sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. It's sweet surrender. It's sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love and sweet surrender and sweet surrender. There we go.
Wow. I could listen to
Medicine
that all
songs are,
day. All day. I was like, I've gone somewhere calm and peaceful. It's beautiful. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing
it's
that.
really easy to follow, right? In a few rounds, you kind of just like a
You can
mantra.
just imagine everyone sitting there swaying and singing it, sitting around a fire after a long day. Beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, and the lyrics are so simple and really all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. And if you just keep repeating, keep focusing on it, it's
Mm,
just like affirmation, mantra for
yeah,
healing, for really focusing our attention to be at the place of love.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
love medicine songs. That's also something that I made a part of my vocal courses. Before, I was only teaching people activating their vocal center and connected with
Mm,
their gut, right? With the intuition, with the self-awareness, so psychological and singing part. And now I also offer medicine songs for learning because
mm.
many people really want to experience that, learn about it, deepen their relationship with plant medicine. And that's how we do that through learning their prayers, their songs.
It's beautiful. And do you normally go to sort of places like Peru and Colombia to have your plant medicine ceremonies?
Yes, I go to Peru mostly, and I have teachers that I work with who are from Brazil as well and from Colombia, but mainly my teachers are from Peru,
Mm,
and I work with tribe Shipibo.
yeah,
It's very well known in like medicine circles. Yes, I've been doing
beautiful.
it for quite a while, and also part of this training and
Mhm.
cell growth is doing dieta. spiritual diet. It's when not only plant medicine, ayahuasca involved, but we also very limited in terms of how much food we take. So it's basically almost fasting for a
Yep.
couple of weeks, and eating very a little bit of specific food, which is like, oh my God, yeah, you're hungry there, and drinking ayahuasca every second day.
Mm.
And on the top of it, adding specific plants that's supposed to clean either your like joints, parts of the body, or bring you or deepen your journey with ayahuasca. So it's quite intense journey, I would say. Usually people after only like maybe five or a few years of working with medicine, only after that they're ready for dieta like that, because it is next level of challenge.
Right, yeah. I've only ever done one set of ayahuascas. I went to Colombia and that was beautiful. It was like 5 days in a row. We did some day ones and evening ones, and yeah,
Yes.
I completely changed the whole trajectory of my life. I met
Mm.
gods and goddesses and saw things that I was extremely afraid of, and saw other things that made me go, "Oh, it's this. We are one." And yeah, it's
Yes.
something that many people are afraid of, but it's if you do it, you realize it's beautiful. Yeah.
It really changed my life. And by the way, I just want to really share this short journey. Some people like you come there for a spiritual experience, and it's profound. For me, ayahuasca came literally a last second of my life, because I was literally prepared
Mhm.
to kill myself. I was on the verge of suicide. That was it, and I was ready for it. And just was a call of my friend, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I was really honest. I didn't try to hide it. I said, "Well, I'm staying on my balcony on 15th floor, and I'm thinking just like make this step forward." She's like, "Well, there is an ayahuasca ceremony next weekend if you want to try before you do the balcony journey." uh, she was kind of sarcastic, but she was perfect that
That's what you
time.
needed. Yeah.
Yeah, she brought me back a little bit. And I said, well, she also mentioned, you will never be the same. It might be extremely challenging. And I said, like, well, if I'm ready to give up on this life, like, what would I lose? Like, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
in. And yeah, I came to the ceremony, and literally exactly, it was very challenging. It was
Mm,
going to the hell and back, to
mm,
me personally, extremely
yeah.
challenging. But in the morning, I woke up a different person, and I wanted to leave. And there was second ceremony, and I literally found out such a incredible sense of self-love that I didn't need any others' love in this world to feel satisfied, appreciated, and cherished. I love myself. I am all I have, all I need. That was such a profound, like every guru, basically, every spiritual teacher says it everywhere from every corner, right? But I didn't receive it until ayahuasca kind of spoke it from inside of my being. I truly realized, yes, I am love, I am loved, and I love everyone and everything with boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and it's so true. We hear all the gurus telling us things and we read all these books, but it's external to us until we actually feel it inside ourselves. And that's what I found with the plant medicine. You can actually feel it moving through you. You feel it going through my colon and through my kidneys, and then I felt it in my lungs. I'm like, what is this? I've been taken over by something. And then you see stuff, and it's very hard to explain, isn't it? And but it's profound. It's true.
It's
Yeah.
something else. I'm so grateful. I keep saying that ayahuasca has changed my life. It divided my life to before and after.
Mm.
Literally before and after. I've never been the same since my friend was right. I've never been the same since I tried that. And I've had my battles, my wrestling moments with medicine. I was drinking it a lot in the beginning. Then I started feeling like, no, I don't want to drink it at all.
Mm.
When one thing, layers of
Yeah.
problems start kind of showing up on the surface, and the mother situation, I was like, okay, I wish I would never drink and this would never come out. Now I have to deal with this whole problems by being adult, literally, like mentally adult person, and really take responsibility. Even I have to cut people like my mother, gosh. And
Mm.
so it was a battles with ayahuasca at some point, and but then I was learning more and more. I noticed when I stopped drinking it, my life is kind of slipping into these old patterns. When
Mm.
I drink it, I feel strong, I feel myself, I love the way I supposed to love my reality, yet the boundaries and changes has to come my way, and I afraid to take steps towards it. So it's kind of drinking ayahuasca, it's making my life better, but it's harder.
Mm.
It is
Yeah.
harder.
Making you
Not
face
drinking
the
ayahuasca.
challenges, isn't it? Yeah. You
Yes,
can't
not
hide.
it's easier on
Can't.
some way in terms of like you don't have to be adult anymore, you don't have to take responsibilities for making those decisions, but you're pretty much so depressed, unhappy, and don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only way. If you want to live happy, the instant inner work required. So
Well, I'm glad
much
your glad your friend took you away from the balcony and got you to go on the. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
beautiful story.
I'm so
It sounds
glad.
like you're a very busy woman. That do you have any do you have any spare time, and what do you do in your spare time, or do you just do is everything your spare time?
Yes, I'm actually trying to find a very good balance. Last few months was even harder because
Mm.
I'm building my retreat property in Joshua Tree, my own property that I will call a retreat center soon. So it's even less free time in my hands. But when I love doing it, I love singing, which people may say like, but that's what you teach for a living, and that's what you do at ceremonies. Yes, but yes, when I want to take a moment and grab my guitar
Mm.
and I just maybe write a song or just play a song I know. I definitely love to connect with nature. That's something I really adore. We can also consider it as like going hiking. It
Mm.
is kind of workout. I mean, I would say yes, but also a rest for me. And I sometimes go and play volleyball at the beach as well. Like we have a team over there. And of course, I love to talk to my close friends, spend time with them. I prioritize spending time with like-minded people.
Mm.
My family, my spirit family, my community is as precious, and it's not about needing validation going somewhere. I mean, it's just being surrounded, being kind of feeded, watered as a plant, as a flower, being watered by this energy of my community. It means a lot to me. That's my
Yeah.
favorite ways of, yeah, spending time, just nourishing probably my roots, and sometimes also reading good books
Mm.
that is not about work, not about anything like that. But so funny, every time like I started to learn tantra, I started reading tantric books, and eventually I start teaching tantra. So I cannot really say, so everything I do for fun, I would say like that, eventually kind of involves me into that state that I want to be stronger in that, dive deeper, and eternally, it kind of eventually it becomes either a course or my program. But in the beginning, it really was my intention. Big intention was to heal certain parts of me, find out certain things. So yeah, self self-realization path is kind of something that I'm trying to be the most time of my life, and through the books, through the music, through the practices, and of course practicing tantra and yoga by myself is it's fun.
Mm. Beautiful. So you were talking about this place. Was it Joshua Tree?
Yes, it's literally
So a
Joshua.
treat that you're creating. Wow.
And I've got 5 acres with a
Oh, wow.
beautiful little, like not big ones, but small mountains view. There are not the big ones, but I have a 16 Joshua trees at my property. So I'm
Nice.
going to make kind of a little altars around each tree because
Yeah.
it's precious there. It's a pressure. Yeah.
Wow. I look forward to seeing that. I think I might need to pop over and
Please come to California.
experience.
Please come to California. That would be a space. I'm bringing, there's already electricity, like of the grid electricity version, and it's going to be um, eco-friendly
Mm.
structure, at least as much as I can do it. So far, it is absolutely eco. So we reuse all the gray water to feed the plants.
Yeah.
and the property. Yeah, so it'll be very beautiful, safe, self-sustainable with compost situation, so I can feed the plants and make it easier for them. The soil there is not so rich, so I want to be helpful for my land. I'm gonna be a good steward.
Sounds amazing. Wow. So, one last question for you.
Yes.
And you've obviously had an amazing life. You've been here for, what is it, nearly 4 decades or a bit more. I won't give you an age away. But what's one life lesson you'd like to share with the audience?
Life lesson. There are so many every day I learn. I would just say probably that's what be very useful for a specific segment of people, especially for those who were raised by parents narcissists or in relationships with narcissists, being married narcissists, for those kind of people. Ah, life lesson would be to question, really question, especially when we talk about everyone around us, but especially people we trust the most and we call them family or loved ones. Really question, is the intention of this person to support me on my mission on getting healthier, more happy, etc., etc. So this intention of this person really contributes in my well-being on all the levels, in all the dimensions, or not? Because this is a life lesson I've learned, and as a victim, I don't like this word, but kind of victim of a narcissist, um, we keep attracting those people in our life. And unfortunately, because if our parents were narcissists, we do not even question, we kind of name it, like I feel something intuitively, but also I don't want to question it. Like, no, whenever my parents said this is right, that's it. Everything I think is just like weird question, and stop thinking, that's it. Just trust your parent, right? The same we do with our partners, our friends, in our adult life. And I've learned over and over again, over and over again, the same lesson is when I completely trust someone and their intentions are good towards me, I pay very high price. It is so painful. And it's not a problem about this person who did this to me. They gave us signs of something that we have to question. So really questioning ourselves, this question, is this person really have intention to contribute in my well-being on all the levels? Or I doubt. And if I doubt, just maybe go there and find out what's not aligned with our goals. If we are, you know, going same path, same way, or maybe not. Maybe there are selfish reasons, maybe there's manipulative reasons behind that. So quite interesting, maybe something you did not expect to hear that. Maybe some people would say, hey, believe in yourself, never give up. And I'm like, question. The people around you can be trusted, basically. And
Yeah.
by that, um,
Yeah.
yeah, you will create probably the most amazing and healthy environment.
Mm,
An environment will create our future,
yeah.
the bright future, beautiful future. So that would be my life lesson that I learned in 42 years. That is my life lesson. Questioning, questioning myself, questioning my intentions, questioning other people's intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And as you say, then you can surround yourself with people that have unconditional love for you, people that are celebrating what you do and
Yes.
assisting you and not dragging you back. I always see that picture of the butterfly trying to fly away, but it's connected by a piece of string to a huge big rock. And I think there's many of us of that. We've got our wings, we're trying to fly away, but we've got family, the past holding us back, and we just need to cut the cord so we can fly away and be our true selves. Yeah.
So true, so true. Or I could even rephrase this kind of my answer rephrase into really, really check on the environment.
Mm.
Every time when you have something, choose the best you can choose.
Yeah.
Really the best. for yourself, the best friends, the most amazing caring people, the best apartment you can afford, the best food, the best healthy food for yourself,
Yeah.
the best discipline you show up for yourself. And environment is definitely, it's quality people, not like, oh, you know what, I just moved to the city, I didn't meet anyone better, so I hang out with these people in a whiskey
Yeah.
bar, no judgment obviously, but just, you know what I mean, when people kind of find excuses for why would I hang out with these people. uh, no, you don't need excuses. Actually, just really wait for the right environment to come, attract it, become it, and magnetize this environment with your own energy, with your own self-work. So environment, yes, on all the levels, changes us. And um, yeah, community, environment, community.
Beautiful. I can see that Joshua Tree is going to be amazing. And I think it's definitely, I need to write that in my list of, I will go to Joshua Tree. I'm going to write that
My
down.
environment in Joshua Tree and 5 acres by myself would be my snakes, birds, and Joshua trees. That's my environment there. So basically, my environment is solitude there.
Mm,
That's my environment, and nature. Beautiful teacher.
yeah, definitely.
Beautiful teacher.
Beautiful. Well, Julia, it's been absolutely amazing speaking with you, and I'm sure the community is going to send you lots of love as I do now. So thank you for your time, and best of luck with Joshua Tree. And I hope that all comes together and you share, carry on sharing your heart with the world. It's beautiful to have met you. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much for your kind words. I'm really grateful for what you do for the community as well, for your teaching, mystical teachings, and for shamanic trainings you provide. I'm really grateful what you do, and for bringing other people like myself and introducing uh, all of us to new modalities, to new stories, and new workshops, new retreats, new possibilities for self-growth and self-development. Thank you, really, really, really thank you for that.
Thank you.
Right.